I don't know what it is with this watch. This watch was my first and only, and it's since only been my first Rolex purchase, new. And I don't know what it is with this particular watch, but it has really gotten very little wrist time. When I bought it in 2010, it's a 2008 M serial number, by the way. But when I bought it in 2010, it was, they were flying off the shelves almost, it seemed, because at that time, the ceramics were rolling in, the new ceramic, the current sub. And I think I was in a small club of people that were looking to own the last of the 16610s. I really didn't have a particular desire to own the one with the Rehaut engraving, but it was just what they had. As a matter of fact, the local authorized dealer near me just sold the last one a couple of days ago that they had of the 16610. And that was a T serial number, and it had no engraving. And it was a no T serial number, doesn't have case holes either for the lugs. And so I had to drive. Let me get a little bit glare off the light here. I had to drive to about 150 miles in my state to the next authorized dealer that had one, and they had just this one. And again, it was a 2008 M serial number. So they gave me a discount, like a 7.5% discount. They acknowledged that they didn't have to do that because they were getting tons of calls for this watch. Again, probably I was in a small club of individuals seeking the last of the run of these brand new. So I didn't really think too much, and I made the transaction. I think now it's obviously 2019, and this thing has probably been on my wrist maybe half a dozen times, and I don't think I've wore it out too much. It's literally brand new. There's no scratches at all on it. It looks just like new old stock. I have all the box and papers, of course, that I received with it, but I have been thinking about selling it as of late because a couple of years ago, I bought this one, which is no date, 14060 Submariner, and I actually like it better. See, my thing is, and I don't know if a lot of people experience this, is when you get into the watch hobby or you become what they call collectors, is when I first got into it, I really wasn't that knowledgeable with Rolex. I just wanted a Submariner. That's probably the most popular model I think everybody wants to start out with if you're looking at the sports model range. And I think when I bought it, I was very happy and excited. But I think my taste have changed since then as I've kind of matured in the hobby of collecting. So, the 14060 throughout its whole life, like the 5513, has had case holes. You could never get the 14060 without case holes. The new no date ceramic doesn't have case holes, which is kind of sad. I wish they would have continued that theme, but I understand why they're doing it. It's a cleaner look. But I fit in that bill of collectors who want that nostalgic. Actually, I want the tritium dial ones. My next, if I buy another one, it's going to be a tritium dial, 80s or 90s. Model, depending on which one I seek next. I would like to get a 5513. I'm not too particular. I'll take a late 80s 5513. They're a little bit cheaper than the one without the indice borders, the newer style dial. So yeah, that's I'm kind of curious. I know it's my hang up with that engraving, but to me, the 16610 was most of its life made without the engraving around the Rehaut. It just, to me, looks cleaner without it. To me, it looks too blingy with that engraving. I don't know why it bugs me, but anyways, I've been thinking about selling it lately, and I already got the no date sub, so that kind of fits my desire now in my stage of collecting. So let me think about it for a little bit longer. But yeah, if I decide to sell it, somebody's going to get a sweet watch because it is like a safe queen, safety deposit queen, and safety deposit box queen. But when I bought it, it had they had given me, they had thrown in an extra link. I think the links were like $40 or $50 at the time because I have larger wrist, and with the 7.25%, I want to say I think I paid like a little under 6,000 out the door for this, which before these started flying off the shelves when the ceramic came out, I think you could have got a better discount on the 16610. Probably almost double that easy. But again, this lady, the jeweler there, told me that they really didn't, have to give me a discount. They knew that because they were getting so many calls on it when these were just starting to fly off the shelves, and everybody was running to buy the last of the stock. So yeah, I'm grateful I got it, but maybe it's time to let it go. You're not, enjoying it and using it. What good is it, right? Let somebody else enjoy it. So yeah, I'll think about it for a while before I make the decision. I don't want to regret it. It is again my first and only new Rolex purchase, and it probably will exist that way for a long time. I can't see myself buying a new one just because my tastes have changed. I'd rather have vintage. And this is really not what I would consider vintage, but it is classic. It's the old school case holes with the tritium dial and the clasp with the diver's extension. It doesn't stay faceted, which is kind of the funny part about this watch. The cheap bracelets. Well, I said cheap clasp, stamp clasp, but that's the charm of it also. So the new, no doubt the new ceramics, the clasp and the bracelet is just so much better. But yeah, it's for some collectors, that's not the point. So yeah. Funny too, because you put them together, you can't really tell that I think the 14060 on the right, the camera focus is like 39.5 millimeter, but you're not going to see that difference. It's a little bit different. The case is just a little bit thinner too. But otherwise, yeah, with casual glance, you can't tell them apart other than the date cyclops. Yeah, let me know. Anybody wants to chime in if you have any hangups with the 16610 having the Rehaut engraving. Probably just being over analyzing with it. But yeah, if I could, I would trade it for like a 90s 16610 date with the case holes and the tritium dial. Well, that would be sweet. But yeah, I'll think about it a little bit before I do anything. Okay, thanks.